Xbox finally gave out his voice. Congratulations, you won a cookie. Now we got to get your face. But we all know it's level 1 online. I don't know how more obvious it has to be. We've heard all level 1 online's voice before. It's literally copy and paste. So here's the thing. First off, you definitely look like an idiot on your fucking live stream. I don't know how many things you got wrong. You said Xbox has no exclusives, yet they have games that are exclusive to Xbox. PlayStation's loosened their exclusive. Yeah, they have games on PC, but so does PlayStation. Look in your backyard. I'm guessing you're a PS fanboy? Yeah, no, I don't fuck with PlayStation. I don't fuck with corrupt corporations. PlayStation's notorious for that. I don't fuck with a company that increases the price of games, only because they can. I don't fuck with. I don't bother with a corporation that literally increase it. It doesn't give a value for your console. Yeah, no, my Game Pass pays for itself. You know how many games I get to play on a regular basis without having to pay an arm and a leg? Yeah, you have to pay $70 for a new game. I don't. You see the difference. You say they don't have any exclusives, but yeah, that's kind of been disproven. We literally had exclusives just this year alone. We have more coming. And if I remember right, I am currently watching the live stream, and nothing was ever said, not once, about Indiana Jones going to PlayStation. All it is a bunch of rumors because it was stated that it would be announced today, and it wasn't announced. See, you went to The Verge, Tom Warren, who's been caught lying 10 times fold. It's a huge list. So that's where the information came from. You do realize not even a week ago they were trying to say Forza Horizon 5 was going to PlayStation as well, and they deleted it like shortly after from the exact same people that people got this tip from about Indiana Jones. Nothing, and yeah, you don't got Microsoft sitting there saying no, it's not happening, but they're not acknowledging it though either. So, hey, you can grab onto something that someone who makes shit up, who's been caught lying, who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, does all the time. But let's actually talk about PlayStation here. They have no exclusives this year. They haven't had a single game come out, a first-party game come out that was actually of any decency. They do not have exclusives. They have console exclusives, but they don't have exclusives either. Exclusives are going away. The console wars are over, dude. Move forward. And you said something about you don't own your games on Xbox. You don't own your games on PlayStation either. Yeah. When you go buy a disc, you do realize all you're paying for is a glorified digital code. But hey, these PS fanboys think they know what the fuck they're talking about, right? Yep. So you buy literally a glorified digital code. PC started doing this years ago. That's why most of your PC games you didn't own either, and that's why Steam got so big as it is now. But see, again, Xbox was ahead of the curve a little bit on this stuff, and they knew what was going to happen anyways. Right now, no one owns their games. I don't care what anyone says, you don't own your game. You literally pay for a disc that's a key code. Why do you think you got to download every game that you purchase? What do you think you just downloaded to download it? It's not like it used to be. This isn't the fucking 90s or the early 2000s. When you buy a game, you're only paying for a digital code. That's all you're doing. Yeah, the physical copy is cool and it says I have a fucking game and it says I have a case, but the inside of it, you're still only paying for a key. And the shitty part about that key compared to one that you get from online, when you buy the game online, you have to have the disc to register that you own the game. Where online, you don't need the disc. Yeah. That's That's why I pay for things like Game Pass. Because if there's a game I want to go get a physical copy for, I'll go do that. Or if I say, fuck it, I don't want to bother with a physical copy, I'll buy it digitally. And that's just how I go with that. And, you want to have that discussion. And you said, you never said you wanted me to off myself, but you're hinting at it. Remember, we had this discussion multiple times that Widow is emotional support animal. Meaning, she's one of the reasons why I don't go and want to off myself in the first place. She's the reason why I don't get super depressed. But hey, she helps with my depression and my anxiety. Because I dealt with something that you wouldn't even understand how to go through. See, and this is what I do have a problem with people like you who don't seem to understand how it's like to go through certain things, and then you act like every situation is the same when it really isn't. Some situations are much worse off than others. I never said I had it the worst, but I never said I've had it easy either. Like, you're telling me someone who's never had to, okay, first off, never got molested by their father, but instead goes online and makes fun of people who have been molested by their family members or been molested, is someone to go on for this information. No, it's not. You're going to listen to the people who actually been through this and made it through. A lot of them are going to tell you exactly the same things that I have to do on a regular basis. They need an emotional support animal because they need an animal that can detect when you're feeling really low. You also need, things like you need hobbies, things to keep you busy. Yeah, I'm busy on a regular basis. I rarely get time to myself, actually. I'm literally scrambling for time today. But hey, tells you how much you know. Oh. Yeah. Oh, and you say something about I quit. So I just decided to quit my job to get free. And basically, in a nice way, you said this, even though I've never said that. What I said is I needed help at a certain point in my life, which everyone has to go through that. Well, not everyone. There's a lucky few that get spoon-fed their entire lives. I have worked most of my life. So when I ran into a situation where I needed help, I didn't see a problem in it because I don't know if you know this, but I live in a state that pays more taxes than you will ever pay in your entire life. Meaning I've probably already paid more taxes than you have. So telling me how much, telling me that is there's a difference there? So here's the thing. Federal taxes doesn't go into my housing, it's the state taxes. What's up, Big? And I don't think you've realized that there is a huge difference between federal taxes and state taxes. And I live in a state that actually has one of the highest, actually when it comes to taxes. But hey, that you don't know much. That tells you how much you know, doesn't it? I've lived here most of my life. Yeah, the only time I had to pay less taxes when I was working out in Wyoming for a few months. Actually, no, because when I came back, I had to pay those taxes back. Well, no, I still had to pay those taxes. They literally were dogging on me and insisting on it, even though I technically didn't live in Minnesota. I was at the time living in Wyoming. I didn't owe them anything, but they tried to pull money. And eventually they got their way, and I ended up having to pay them. But hey, that tells you how much you know. So literally, I paid for an entire month that I wasn't even living here for, to literally cover someone for an entire year. Oh, wow. Oh, really? Back to I wasn't trying to go for that, but I guess. I have a short that kind of did something cool like that. I'd have to go check and see if I can find it again. I know I removed a bunch of shit. But what I'm getting at, okay, you make this content thinking you get yourself a W when you give yourself a fat L. Okay, I ran into an opportunity about a year ago. I started making money on my content, and so I was like, okay, let's do that. I never really got too big into sports. I thought about it when I was in high school, but I was more of a gamer more than anything. But I dig into a lot of fights, and yeah, I've seen the inside of a cell a few times. Well, no, just once for an assault charge. Actually, it's a long ass story that I will not bring up on stream. So, but anyways, the point I'm getting at is you obsess on this stuff. You obsess on me 24/7. It literally is a daily thing. You telling me that you enjoy what I have to say and it makes you laugh. So the facts make you laugh, and then you go around and try to make a joke about certain things that shouldn't be made jokes about. That was my whole point of every time I've gone at you was about. You dox people without, which is should be illegal. Most people frown upon it. That's why your channel doesn't do well if you haven't been paying attention. I see more views and subs on a regular basis than you've ever seen. I know the YouTube algorithm. I've worked the YouTube algorithm. I don't know if you saw, but literally before, when I had my last channel taken down from false copyright strikes, that channel was killing it. Literally. We had a graph that showed how well that channel did, and it literally was beating channels in the 60K plus. Like, Cody Bell likes to boast about his big channel, but I was doing better numbers than he was. And then, that upsets him because I know the algorithm better than him, and I know what people want to watch compared to what people don't want to watch. People don't like it when people don't have any humbleness. People don't like it when you're a piece of shit scum. Like, if you're going to sit there and fucking dox an entire family just because they said something you don't like, that means you need to get some fucking help. But hey, so it's a problem that you can't seem to figure out. Okay? Congratulations. Congratulations. But hey. And, Cody Bell went ahead and made a Hyatt America Rumble account, telling me even more how obsessed he is. Rumble is not a safe space, dude. You do realize the people I've dealt with are a lot bigger than your little PSG. If you ever get the chance to look up the troll police, you end up in those long lists. We did a stream on this, actually. The list is long. I had to deal with them, and I fucking single-handedly destroyed them on YouTube. And YouTube and Rumble. But hey, you wouldn't know that, would you? Which means I've had bigger fights than you guys. Oh, I've taken out people who are more well-known than you guys. Put it that way. But hey, tells you how much you know, doesn't it? My guy, my confidant. And I don't know if you've been paying attention. My Rumble channel's doing fine. Personally, it's actually doing really well, actually. On an average, we see more views and more followers. I see money coming in on a regular basis. I can't complain. And again, level 1 online, aka Shoebox, makes his fucking comment that, Rumble's safe space. Bro, it's not. It's far from it. Rumble's the reason why I did come into the view lights of a bigger or a group than you guys. Like, they seriously, they make you look not that bad. Well, no. They don't dox people that aren't involved. That's where they change things around. But they do twist things, like when I did that live stream for that family friend. You guys didn't jump on stream trying to start a drama. Actually, you guys did, but I kind of pretty much put it in the butt. You didn't try making videos or put comments in the stream afterwards, though. You didn't do that. And they did. And then they made up this whole fucking sue about it. Somehow I killed Matt, but I actually kind of squashed that. See what I'm getting at? Like, and you see, I deal with people like that. And you guys aren't really that bad when it comes to that. Hey, Ron. Still watching the Gamescom, getting some stuff out for everyone. Good stuff, good stuff. We got stuff scheduled out for what, a good couple weeks here. Actually, a good couple months. I think we got things scheduled out to next month. We already destroyed Shoebox's little attempt to try to say that he was going off the Verge, and anyone who knows how the Verge they work, Tom Warren, they tend to just start drama for clicks and views, and so they're making assumptions. And I don't know about you, but assumptions make an ass out of you and me. So, and that's all they tend to do. And it got worse. I watched All Nuts Alex, who did a little deeper dive on it, and he even said himself that it was literally it was based off a fucking rumor that someone put on Twitter. It was a hearsay, she said type of deal. It was not actually anyone from Microsoft. It was just some random person off the street. And see, that's the problem people are doing. They sit there and grab onto when somebody says something, and then they take it to an extreme that it shouldn't even go to. But for some reason, people are like, "Oh, let's take it to that extreme." Like, no, dude, you don't take it to that extreme, because it's exactly the reason why you run into the problems that you run into in the first place. But hey, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Well, based off shoebox files, and, Albert and Cody Bell. They assume I don't know what I'm talking about, but then get proven wrong every fucking time. Yeah, I did my research, and again, it's literally someone told me this. That's pretty much all it was, and they ran with it. And Shoebox Files tried to saying, well, Xbox has got no games, but literally I can pull up a list right now of games that aren't on PlayStation. That aren't on PlayStation and Nintendo. PlayStation they're losing their exclusives too. They're going third party as well. The console wars are over. They've been over for a while now. But the problem is you got too many Sony ponies who keep wanting to live in the past and not want to move the fuck on. And then on top of that, I can't believe people still don't think that you own your games when it comes to PlayStation, when everyone knows that's not a fact. When you buy games now, today, like in the 20, like if you were to buy a game tomorrow, a physical copy of a brand new game, you aren't buying the game. You're just paying for a key code that says you own the game. It's not actually the game. You see where I'm getting at? It's like, do you remember when you bought a PC game and you would get that little key code when you downloaded the game that you had to put in or one register? Same idea. Only the game is it's in the cloud, or that's why then to prove it even more, that's why when you, if you buy a new game, you have to download it. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When you have to download it, that pretty much tells you don't own the game. That means that everything for that game is coming in from the internet, and that's how you're getting the game. That means if you lose that disc, or yeah, it's a key code. Pretty much, it gives you permission to play the game, and it shows when pretty much you could lose the disc, and if you, let's say the game is on Game Pass or the game is on. No, I'm not streaming this from GameStop. If you. Yeah, Xbox does rule. Everyone loves America. Anyways, when you buy a game, like I said, you don't own the game. You never own the game anymore. And as I was saying, so if you were to lose that disc, and let's say it's on Game Pass or some subscription service, I know PlayStation's got their subscription service. If it's on that subscription service, you can still play the game. Well, if you paid for the subscription service. Or if you bought it digitally, you can still play the game. And you don't have to re-download or anything because all the data is already in there. That isn't one of those just, it shows that literally you don't own the game anymore. It's not how that works anymore. That it hasn't been for a long time now. It hasn't been since, I'd say the last time that you technically still owned your games would be back during the Xbox 360 and the PS3's generation. I was thinking about it, but I'm running into an issue where I'm moving. So if I get a job, it has to be something I can transfer. And the problem is, where I'm moving, as far as I know, there's a GameStop. It's just most companies don't allow you to transfer within a year. So. Democratic National Committee? No, I haven't because I could care less. I already know the pretty much assumption of what they're going to say, and it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. I hate fucking walls, so I'm busy with Gamescom. That's more important to me than the DNC. As politicians want to be corrupt like usual. So that's usually why that goes. I know at some point I gotta run to the store, so I'll do the stream for a little bit longer. But I just wanted to get some shit off my chest because Shoebox Files did his stream, finally gave his voice up. So I figured, you know what? Let's have a little fucking fun with him. Let's play with him a little bit. Fuck with him. And congratulations, you finally hit 50. The way I look at it, I really don't care what happens. I rather enjoy my life than sit there and stress about what's going to happen. Plus, I'm also a big smoker too, so. Obamacare? No one gets Obamacare. Obamacare was shit. It was a fucking joke. It was a scam to begin with. It was a scam for the votes. It was one of the big scams that he fucking tried spewing out there for people. People fell for it. Then they voted for him because he was black. It wasn't whether he actually would, like, It wasn't based on whether he could do the job right or not. It was all based off fucking race. It's not about merit. It's not about how the person does or who the person is. They go straight to race. And I'm almost concerned that that's the way this election is going to go, too. I got Minsure, but Minsure doesn't cover dental. Spit. It's gonna get tossed here today, too. I usually use a bottle until I fill it, then I'm good. Got some game trailers for you guys. YouTube, you guys, yours are being scheduled out, but Rumbles are out already. Yeah, some people don't like it. I really don't give a shit. So I'd rather spit in a bottle than spit on the floor. I don't know about you. Why, you don't spit anywhere? Why, you don't even spit when you're outside or something? Good job, Joe. I'm going to be doing a review later after I'm done watching everything for today. And then I'll be doing another one for tomorrow as well. Really, all I do is I just toss them, and then I go get another bottle. No, that's not what I wanted. What the f... Okay. Yeah, we're going to do the 720p 60. That way it doesn't fight with people. About a month. It's actually a bottle I got when I ordered Domino's a couple weeks ago. Well, actually, that was like early this month. Uh, Not really. I get used to it. Have I ever wrestled a bear? No. And I won't ever wrestle a bear. Like, what the fuck? I you don't fear bears. You don't show fear to any animal, really. Because animals can smell your fear. Because you're not going to outrun a bear. But let's say a bear is in front of you and you stand your ground. Most bears are going to act a different way than people expect. Because the way an animal works, a wild animal, is they're not going to put their life at risk for anything. And if you're confident, especially being a human, they assume you've got something. They're not stupid. They realize that humans use tools. I probably could. But it had to be a black bear. I wouldn't be able to get away with a grizzly. Fuck that shit. About 6'4". Probably. If I really gave it a shot, I guess. But I would definitely probably have to use a weapon. I don't steal any content from. I have taken a few clips that were off of request, because there are people who don't refuse to use YouTube as well. And I posted those, but most of the time I make my own stuff. Probably not. I saw trailers for it and I wasn't too impressed with it. Oh, I didn't make it. One of my friends made it for me. He made it and then he pretty much sent it to me. He's like, "Here, I got you the logo." I was like, "Okay, sweet." He actually made me two. You've probably seen the other one too. The other one's the one with the hood. Hey man, it happens. It's called finding something that helps you get through your day. Plus, I need my nicotine. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be smoking still. Surprisingly not. Surprisingly, chew's actually cheaper. Oh, I'm just gonna toss it. I gotta go to the store here in a little bit, and I'm probably just gonna pick up a bottle of something. Because I got more showcase, I got more Gamescom to do. I was thinking I was gonna be able to finally get some other things done after the stuff I'm watching now, and then they're doing live for another thing. No, I don't, and I'm not in a rush. Don't get me wrong. My mom and my grandmother would like for me to find a new relationship. My mom wants to be a grandmother. We've already got a. We've got a. My brother's got a kid, but we don't get to see. No one gets to see the kid because the fucking mother is a bitch. Like a straight bitch. Like it's horrid. But no, we. I actually haven't met my nephew. Used to be when I was younger. Then to be honest with you guys, that kind of I was when I was younger. Yeah, when I was younger, yeah, I used to get all kinds of women. I actually still found women here and there that are like, hey, I had a crush on you in high school. Great, I could care less. I won't date anyone from Minnesota. Period. It's I've been burnt enough times to say, yeah, no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happens when especially like your parents usually get to a certain age. And my mom always loved being a mother. And that was one thing she always loved doing. And so she wants to be a grandmother just as much. And with the whole situation with my brother's ex, she wasn't really given that opportunity. Mm, pretty much no one in the family was given that opportunity. My brother is actually working on fighting for. Well, at one point he was. I don't know what the fuck he's doing now. That's one thing actually we're pretty pissed off at him about because he didn't fight for the kid right away. He took his sweet ass fucking time and it's bullshit. I don't brush my hair, dude. I'm usually wearing a hat, so usually I don't brush my hair. Oh, I gotta watch more of this game's going. Maybe. I have naturally curly hair, So I can brush it all I want, but it'll just go right back to what it was before. I never. Okay, so you're bringing up the whole fucking food incident that Cody Bell keeps or Albert keeps going on to. I never actually. So that's sorry. Okay. So what proceeded to happen is DoorDash left the food on the door for one of the neighbors, and it was sitting there until like 11 o'clock at night. I was trying to figure out whose it was. I literally spent hours doing this, and I even talked to a couple of the other housemates, and they're like, "Yeah, no, this is none of ours." No one came forward, and one of the housemates was like, he's like, "Fuck it." It's like at the time it was like almost 4 o'clock at night, so the food wasn't even like I had to like throw it in the microwave just to make it even edible. DoorDash doesn't do it. They stopped delivering at 11. Like so I assume they just dropped it off the wrong address. Not really, except for the DoorDash order again was dropped off in front of our house. Maybe one or two. Yeah, I get it. Not really. I ate a little bit ago. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap things up on this stream because I gotta get to finishing the rest of the stuff up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining us here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you guys do, why don't you smash that like, subscribe, push that bell for notifications so you're notified when content goes live. Mm, I guess if they're good burgers, I can maybe pack a few, but it's not as much as it used to be. Um, am I gonna order some KFC? No, I'm not gonna order KFC. KFC is a waste of money. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining us. Till next time, stay frosty.